Hi, my name is Laura. Today's video is going to be going over how to calculate interest on a credit card. This is a follow-up video to my first video titled How to Pay Off Your Home in 5 to 7 Years. And I have received quite a few questions in the comments of that video, as well as quite a few requests, with everybody wondering what happened to the interest and why I didn't go over that in the previous video. So I decided to make a follow-up video answering your question. So now without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so let's begin. I put up the values and numbers back on the board from the first video so we can just review of what was going on. So we have our monthly income, our net monthly income of $5,000. All of the expenses, which were the car, the credit card payment, the home mortgage payment, and the living expenses for the month. And then the rest went to savings. And then according to the strategy that I went over in the first video, we were creating cash flow. So we decided to no longer put the money into the savings because it wasn't serving us. And we also decided to utilize the line of credit. So we no longer had to worry about this payment and we no longer were putting our money into the savings. So our expenses added up to $3,000 per month. And we were working with $2,000 worth of cash flow. So what we were doing is we were taking our entire check, our net check for the month, and we were putting it towards our credit card. And then we were using that credit card to pay the remaining of the bills. Alright, so every month we were bumping up the balance on our credit card to $12,000 and putting that entire $12,000 towards knocking off the principal on our home loan. And as we were doing this and working with the numbers, we figured out that it takes us 6 months to bring the credit card balance back down to zero. Now, before we calculate the interest on the credit card and what it's costing us to use this credit card to pay this home loan, we first have to figure out how long in total it is going to take us to pay off this home loan completely using this card so that we can calculate the interest for the whole term. So to do this, I am just going to use the same app I mentioned earlier, which is KARL'S Mortgage Calculator. I think it's an easy app that everybody can access, download on their phone really quick and do the numbers with me, or just do the numbers for yourself. If you use Excel, you can access an amortization calculator on your computer and create a spreadsheet and do all the calculations right there for your amortized loan that you're trying to get rid of. And so now let's jump over to the app and plug in our numbers to figure out, using this same method, how long it will take for us to pay off this loan. Alright, so now I'm going to show you the app, and when you open it up, this is the home screen, similar as to what I showed you in the first video, but the tool that you're going to use now is, if you keep scrolling all the way down, at the bottom it says extra. And this is what you want. You want to enter in all of the extra payments that you're going to make. And if you notice on this side, in these two columns, you want to list the months. Since I figured out using the example and the numbers that I gave you, it takes 6 months to pay down the $12,000 balance down to zero. So as you can see, I am going in 6 months increments that I'm making this $12,000 payment, which is going towards principal pay down. So I kept listing the extra payments until I figured out that I hit zero. The way I knew I hit zero is if you click on the table right up here, right up here where it says table, if you click this tab, you're going to get the chart. Now, I am doing this loan as if I purchased the home right this month in February. So as you can see, it lists the months. So if you want to implement this strategy and you purchased your home, you can put the date that you purchased your home in this box, which is just the home screen and then you scroll down and it says start date. That way it will calculate the strategy from the day that you're implementing, rather than the calculator thinking, okay, you started this, you got this mortgage today. So then anyways, if you go back to the table and you just click view full schedule, you're able to get the whole chart of the payments and the impact that the $12,000 is making every single 6 months. Now, if I scroll all the way to the bottom, I see eventually when I hit 0. And as you can see, it took 6 years to pay down the entire balance on the home loan. And on the last month, it didn't take $12,000, but rather $7,026.01 to finally get the balance down to 0. And then if we go to the summary, you'll be able to see that the term was reduced by 24 years and that we were able to pay down the home in just 6 years. And the amount of interest that we saved is crazy. It's almost $200,000. So that's basically how you can utilize this tool. Based on what we looked at in the app and the spreadsheet that we made, or the calculations that we made, I put the 2 most important aspects from the summary: that our loan got reduced to 6 years, we paid off this completely, and it resulted in the savings of $194,314.29. That is incredible. So using this strategy, you were able to accomplish these results. But now the question is, how much did it cost you to utilize this tool? So now that we know that it takes us 6 years and it takes us 6 months at a time to pay down this $12,000 balance, what we're going to use is this equation, or rather this formula, to calculate the interest. And this is the formula that you use. I stands for interest, P stands for principal. This is the number of days in a year, and this is the number of days in a month. Those 2 numbers are going to be variable because some months have 28 days, some have 30. If you want to get the most accurate answer, you will be basing these numbers off the months that you're working with your particular loan and the term that you're in. But for easy math, I am just going to use 365 and 31 for no matter what month. I'm just going to try to get a close estimate to what the interest is going to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate the interest for every single one of these months, because each month we're carrying a different balance on the card. The first month we hit $12K, the next month we hit 10, this month we hit 8, 6, 4, 2. So the interest that we are getting charged each month is different based on the balance that we're carrying. So I'm going to just plug in the numbers. Times 31, and I'm going to plug this into my calculator. Okay, that equals 214.27. So this is how much interest I'm getting charged for the first month. But since I want to find out how much interest we're being charged for the whole year, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this by 2. You would probably want to find out for every single month exactly how much you would get charged so that you get a pretty close estimate. I mean, the numbers will not be that much different if it's 30 days or 28 days, slightly vary. But just for easy math, I am just going to multiply this by 2. And why I'm doing this is because next month we're restarting the same exact strategy and we're hitting the balance of 12,000 again. So I'm going to multiply that by 2 because I want to find out how much in a year. So the answer is $428.05. So I'm going to repeat the same process, plugging in the numbers into this formula until I know the interest for every single one of the months, and then multiplying by 2 so that I get an answer of how much interest you're going to be charged for the whole year. Okay, so what I did is I went ahead and added up the total, and I got, this is the total for the year, is how much interest you would be paying, is $1,498.02. And then I multiplied this by 6 and got $8,989.25. But if you remember on the chart, we were also charged $7,023. I may be wrong, I don't remember the exact number, but if you look at KARL'S mortgage calculator at the end of the chart, we were charged the $7,000, which was the last payment we made after the 6 years mark, which was the point at which the home loan was completely paid off, but we still had that balance of $7,000 on our credit card. So I did want to calculate the interest of that $7,000 until that was paid off and make sure that we included that in the final answer. So I did go ahead and calculate in those payments, and that gave us the total interest of $9,192.56. So this is basically the answer, and the way I think about it is that this is how much it's going to cost you to achieve the results of having your home mortgage cut down to 6 years and to save this much in interest. So all you have to do is ask yourself, is this $9,000 worth these results, and are you willing to pay this to get this? I think it's worth it. It's all about how you look at it. And once again, this is just an example, so run the numbers for your specific loan that you're trying to retire and see what the results are going to be. You have the tools now, and hopefully this video gave you some more information. Once again, if you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments or feel free to reach out to me. And if this video was helpful, please be sure to leave it a thumbs up, as I would really appreciate it so I know whether I did a good job or not. And make sure to subscribe to my channel if you like my videos so that you stay up to date to when I release new videos. And other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.